Hello and good afternoon to you, Andy and Amanda. How are you this afternoon?
Yeah, good, good. Amanda?
Very well.
Yes, it's rather warm today. Not as bad as yesterday. How's it over in London? Is it warm in London today?
Really hot. The sun's shining brightly. It's, I think, probably about 70 degrees Fahrenheit or maybe more, but it's really, really hot. And everyone's out in the park. So I was actually out in the park just now trying to get this Zoom meeting started, and there was crowds. I don't know if you saw the crowds, but you could see. I saw you, but I couldn't hear you. So and then it turned out you couldn't hear me, so I had to go back inside the building because I think my connection with the phone isn't that good.
Yeah. All we've done today, we took a walk over to our local Colt this morning, go get some milk and a few bits. So we've not been out otherwise, so I'm going to go pop out to our local park after we finish chatting, or local cricket ground in the back of us and do some reading there for a bit. I think that's what we're doing today, Amanda, isn't it? So, yeah. Well, we both had one of those days yesterday, Colleen, where, and everyone else interested, we launched Amanda's charity book last night, and
Oh, nice.
the result was neither of us slept very well because it took a bit out of the pair of us last night. That did, Amanda, didn't it? So,
Yeah, it was good though.
yeah, tell people about it, Amanda. Then. Go on.
Yeah, so we've got a charity book and all the profits are going to different cancer charities. And we had a Zoom launch last night and we had some of the writers turn up and read the poems and stories from the book.
Really nice. That sounds really exciting.
Yeah,
So where was it? Where was it held?
It was on Zoom because at the moment, Colleen, in Manchester, we've got a ban on where we can't have more than 6 people in the same area. So unless the writers are all going to mess up into a country park or something and sat 2 meters apart from each other, we couldn't have done it otherwise.
That's
So
interesting.
because it wasn't going to happen. But the book itself, Colleen, Amanda's got. Go on, tell Colleen about the distance of the writers. You're all English, aren't you?
Yeah, because I originally did the submission call for the UK because I thought it would be good to have events in the UK. But that was before COVID and you can't have events. So it wouldn't have really mattered if they'd been in America or anywhere else by the time we did the launch.
Yeah, because when did you first decide to do this book, Amanda?
I think it was at New Year, so January sort of time I started putting the call out.
Yeah, she started it, Colleen. It was before lockdown kicked in. I remember that being, it was wheels were ready in motion by that point. So that's why. So we were hoping by September time we could have done a live event maybe, but it's what it is. Basically, we couldn't do it, so we had to do it on Zoom. Basically, last night. Oh yeah, did okay. We've had how many people have watched it on Facebook, Amanda?
I think almost 200 in total with Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else.
We had about 200 people so far, Colleen, tuned in to watch it.
Oh, excellent. That's really good. And it's nice. The meeting on Zoom sounds really good as well. I can hear slight echoes here, but obviously it's like that with all these communication apps, isn't it? Where you just hear slight echo. But apart from that, it sounds really good. I'm looking forward to hearing the recording to see how it is
It's
all
on
turned
YouTube.
out.
What we did was we went to originally done on Facebook. We did it on Zoom last night. And if you set it up through Zoom, you can get it set to either come straight onto YouTube or straight onto Facebook. So it's playing the recording, and a couple of seconds later it goes into one of those little packages. So I had it set to go straight into Facebook, to my Facebook wall. And after it's finished, I then got a rip of it and put it straight into YouTube. I give the rip to Amanda. Amanda's put it onto Instagram as well. So it's on YouTube, Instagram. We've both feed it on Twitter, LinkedIn, something called MeWe, and I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of publicity for Colleen, really. So, but we've got news, Colleen. Do you want some other news?
Yeah, please.
Right, Amanda.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what we're doing yet, but we're thinking of doing some kind of show or play online and recording it.
Nice. That sounds really good.
We've got, it's an obviously, we can't give too much away yet because it might change. But we co-wrote a play together, me and Amanda. Just after we got together,
yeah, just after we got together, we kept going back and forth with text messages. So you'd have a bit, and then I'd have a bit. And we basically wrote like you did the male character, didn't you? And I did the female character.
Yeah, so it's about 15-20 minute play at the moment. It needs a redraft. I'll be honest, if possible 2, right? But we're looking at, and I can't reveal much more at the moment, but certainly we've got a workshop coming up in October that's the next big project for the pair of us, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But then we're going to be working on this play probably going forward now. So maybe end of the year, beginning next year. And the plan is, Colleen, on it, to advertise it as a pay-per-view, then record the play and upload it somewhere as a private file, which give people the link on to watch.
Yeah, it won't be very much to watch. It'll only be like £1 or something like that per person.
Maybe a little bit more, but it's not very much. So just something different to do, Colleen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it sounds really good. I think you should go ahead with it. I'm looking forward to knowing more about it towards the time it starts to be launched.
Yeah.
Do you think at Christmas?
Yeah, it's maybe Christmas, maybe a couple of days or before. We're not 100% sure yet. It's one of those ones where we're still getting our head together a lot of it at the minute. So, but we'll get that. Right, Colleen, other bits of news for you as well. It's a busy week this week as well. Now, we've announced just before, wasn't it, Amanda, that we're doing a writing workshop on
the 10th of October, which is a Saturday. Was it 7 o'clock, I think?
10 o'clock.
And we're charging people for that, but it's only £1.67 per person.
So I'll send you a link over, Colleen, if you want to log in. You come and join us. Because like I said, it's going to be a good workshop because we've got some good exercise in mind for people on it straight away. So, and do you want to do?
That'd be really good. If I'm available Saturday. So, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'll send you a link if you want to do.
What was that? Sorry.
I'll send you the link, Colleen, separate if you want to come and join it. So you're welcome to. So now, other bit of news, Colleen, is this in one of these weeks. This. What I've been off this week from work, and I got an email come through on Saturday last week. Well, was it Saturday or Friday? Friday from my works actually, and they're doing some sort. Have you heard of something called a TED Talk?
Yeah.
It's something equivalent to a TED Talk, where basically I've been asked to do this in work, and they want me to talk about my journey as an artist, in the fact of where they can make people aware in work, basically like if you get any sort of health problems or anything like that, it doesn't let you stop yourself living a normal life and a creative, fulfilling life like I've had really. So
it's a really famous. It's a famous conference called TED Talk, and they discuss everything from nature to business to entrepreneurial advice. It's really good.
Yeah, but that's to do it. So, and then I've got. It's not a lot of work. So I know what I'm going to talk about. I've got a half an hour of platforms. They probably want me to talk about 15 minutes, and then do about 15 minutes of questions on it. So it's like I said, I'll be getting to record. I'll make sure I record it. So that way, then I can have it on my own CV. Then basically, I've done TED Talks and stuff like that. So that's coming up on. It's a work, unfortunately, but I will get a copy afterwards. It's on not next week, the week but one after that. So it's round about the Friday of that week. I couldn't tell you the date of it. So I've got 2 till 3 jobs, so I'll tell you the date on it as well.
Did they approach you or you approached them?
What they did, they put the call out and work for it. And what I did was, I actually then I fancied doing it. So basically, I dropped a message, told them an outline of what I was proposing. And then soon, I think they must have thought, oh yeah, you can definitely do this. You've got plenty to talk about. Let's get him on. So,
oh, nice.
That's why. So you can see,
that's a really good platform.
Yeah, I thought so. As well. And like I said, it lets people in work know, like, there's more to life than work. Like there's a lot of people in my job, all they seem to go and do is, it's the fault of anybody in work. Is you come home from work, you put the TV on, have your tea, watch TV, do a few hours TV, and go to bed. And if you have a bad day at work, you drink a bottle of wine. It's true. The amount of people at my office, you wouldn't believe that do that. I'm sure you must be the same, Clay, people you work with. You must. All they go on about is like what they've been watching in TV the night before.
It's because there's so much you have to do at work. You get so exhausted that by the time you get home, there's nothing you want to do because you're so tired.
No, I can believe it.
I think the majority of us just spend the rest of the day in bed because we're just so tired at the end of the day. You just can't move.
I don't wait and sleep. Don't too much, but Amanda, what's your sleep pattern like?
I get up at all kinds of hours in the night and just lie there awake if I try and stay in bed.
Well, last night, Colleen, Amanda went to bed at what time? 9:30, was it?
Yeah.
She got up at 10:30 to come see me in the study. And what time did you get back up after that? 3:30?
Yeah, but I think I had a sleep. I just kept waking up all night.
But it is what it is with life based, I said, Colleen, with it. So, listen, Colleen, anyway, what have you been up to this week then? Because we've been all about me and Amanda today. What have you been up to?
Yeah. So what I was saying about last week was I had made plans to go to the park that I normally do for Wellbeing, but at that time I couldn't get there because of starting off late, and if I'd got there, it would have been quite late. So we did the Wellbeing practice on the recording last week. So this week I was going to another one because I'd forgotten my face mask, so I had to go back. But by the time I got back, it would have been too late to do the recording. So when I got there, the park was really, really crowded. So although they were like 2 meters apart, there was quite a lot of people in the park today, showing how much, they were going out still. So I think you just have to reiterate that the six people in a group is what really is important from now on, isn't it? It's just,
Yeah.
I think we just have to keep reminding others that the 6 people in a group matters.
Well, Colleen, unfortunately, it's trying to get people to do it. It's another ball game because last week when I was off, I went over to my local Morrison's in the mid-afternoon. For forgetting what time the kids were coming out around here. And I must have counted, and I kid you not, and I was struck a picture of it, I did count it. I counted 50 school children stood outside the local McDonald's, and they were not social distancing, and none of them were wearing a mask.
No, that's not right. I think for the sake of the community that you're in and for yourself as well, you just need to let someone know, because then they can just enforce the 6
ain't gonna happen
people
that round there,
in a group at a time.
Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, Colleen, that because you're getting most of the big shops around here sending statements on the internet saying they're not prepared for the safety of the staff to start to enforce you. Will do have social distance, they will have put masks on.
No, because they're not police. They're not trained to do it.
It's not going to happen, Colleen. That the state, all the big shops are stating they're not doing it. So that's why. So whether we like it or not, it's frustrating. But nicer to you. But that's the way it is, unfortunately. And it's not the case. I'm talking about little corner shops. I'm talking about big shops: Asda, Morrison's, Tesco's, Aldi, Lidl, McDonald's. Have said it. You got corporate. None of the shops aren't prepared to enforce it. Because there's been a case already in Birmingham, and the reason why it's all happened was someone got stabbed in one of those big shops are trying to enforce it. So here's what it is basically. So yeah. Anyway, Colleen, so we've got about a minute left, maybe. We might go over today, so I do apologise to everybody. But what have you got coming up this week, Colleen?
So this week I've gone through all my notes and everything that I need to do before I do the final part for the presenting, and I need to go through. I went through it this morning and yesterday, but because I'm doing this recording, I didn't, and I had to like rest a bit. I haven't done the final part yet, but I like to just get through the whole lot and get it in my mind before I do the final part. And then once I've submitted the final part for the presenting role, then I'll hear from the person who organises the presenting. But until then, I have to just keep reading over some things, because it's really not an easy. It's not easy being a presenter, and you have to think of many things before you actually go and do the show. And I knew that for many years, because having done my degree in writing and English, and then podcasting, internet broadcasting, and being on stage reading poetry like you, performing, I know why it's so important to like really get it in your mind what you need to know before you go on air. So that's that. And then just relaxing, because I haven't really relaxed properly this whole year since the lockdown as well.
Yeah, no, you said
started. I haven't really relaxed. So
you might as well do it while the weather's nice, Colleen. So we've got a big prediction.
Yeah, exactly.
Went for one nice rest of the week, off next week, and then a week one after that, it's going to get crap again. So we'll see. Anyway, guys and girls, that's it. 15 minutes has passed.
To everybody.